dramatic change in the quality of the mucus. It becomes very thick in consistency, starts drying up, and the second part, the second limit, fertility ends. Okay, and because the fertility ends, and the infertile period begins, which is generally around 12 days or so, and that goes on the third phase of the cycle till the beginning of the next period. Okay, when the next period begins, a new cycle begins. So the woman will keep on cycling unless she gets pregnant. The pregnancy stops the cycle. Breastfeeding for after pregnancy also will keep the cycle immobile. The body secretes prolactin. That hormone suppresses estrogen, and the cycle doesn't begin until prolactin. If you stop breastfeeding, prolactin will go down and estrogen, and the cycle will begin again. So, unlike us, we have no cycle. Once you're fertile like the rest of your life. Women have a fertile, infertile time in their cycle. They have a fertile window in every cycle. Okay. Now the science of NFP, go back please. The science of NFP is determining with a high degree of accuracy. You know when the period begins, everybody knows. But determining the high degree of accuracy when the phase 1 ends and phase 2 begins. Means when the fertile phase begins. Okay. And also when the fertile phase ends and the infertile phase begins. After phase 2 ends, no? And the infertile phase begins. So those two boundaries, detecting the two boundaries is the science of NFP. So NFP basically fertility awareness. When you're fertile, when you're infertile. But responsible parenthood is what? Responsible parenthood is using the knowledge that you have of your fertility, you deciding, the couple deciding what timing to use for intercourse. You want to use the infertile time? You want to use the fertile time, depends upon your intentions for that month. Like we have Pope's intentions for the month. So what Sanson just was sharing with you, wasn't he? He said every month we have the opportunity to discern what should be our intention as regards to being open to life or waiting for some time. Okay. And he's talking about CCL, no? So this organization that we belong to is called the Couple to Couple League. Couples teaching other couples about the beauty of natural family planning. And most of us have large families. Those who teach in the Couple to Couple League are the instructor, the one who taught us, had 8 children. And he said, usually begins the class saying, so-and-so is Bill Corey and my wife Mary. And we have 8 children, and he says, so far. So he said that's enough to start people getting, like the brain starts working what time? What's up? They're teaching us natural family planning and they got 8 children. What's up? Works? Doesn't work? What are they trying to tell us? Who are they trying to teach? Okay, and that's why NFP, taught by the Couple to Couple League is really pro-life. Many of us will argue, what's NFP? Or we don't want to have children. But our witness that we have more children, and that witness doesn't come just because we want to have more children. It's because we realize the beauty of God's plan for our bodies and for our lives. And that happens because, you know what happens? Because the system, the science is very good. It's the best science, the best, the most effective system so far, syntothermal method, 99% effectiveness for preventing a pregnancy. The Billings ovulation method where you don't use temperature, only mucus, the symptom mucus, is 98%, not very much different. Okay, but it is a very good science. But it's not the science that we need good science to help us get the confidence that the system works. And once you get the confidence the system works, because you're not using any method to prevent a pregnancy. Yesterday we gave that analogy about the non-invitation card, disinvitation card. We're not saying no to the Holy Spirit. We're not doing anything wrong. See, there's no judgment can be made about abstinence. So yesterday, everybody in the room is doing it. But for not doing something, can you make a judgment? Moral judgment? For somebody is dying and you don't go and save that person, you're not doing something. Yes, that's an act of omission. But for not doing either the good or in this sense, you can't make a moral judgment and give you an analogy now if you're not convinced. Imagine there are 3 men who walk past a church at different times. They see a church and they're walking past a church. The first guy is a very good Catholic, maybe a JY member. Okay. The second fellow is an atheist, he doesn't believe in God only. The third guy, he is a fanatic, fundamentalist. He hates religion, he hates Catholicism most of all. The first guy walking past the church, he sees the church and he enters the church, pays a visit to the Blessed Sacrament, spends a few minutes there and he goes on his way, comes out and goes on his way. The second guy is an atheist. Mandir, masjid, he doesn't care what, he just keeps walking. Church or not, he doesn't really know. He keeps walking. The third guy, he's the guy who hates the Catholic Church. He sees the church and his fuse goes off in his brain. He enters the church, furious. He goes and desecrates the Blessed Sacrament. He upsets the sound system, breaks a few pews, and he runs out of the church. Now of these three guys, who can you say, has objectively done the wrong thing? Who has done the wrong thing? The third guy, no. He's definitely done something wrong. The first guy went to the church. It must have been St. Patrick's or Orleans Church. Could have been, no? He must have gone for another reason, yeah. But we don't know. See, intentions we don't know why the guy went in. At least objectively, on the face of it, looks like he's done a good thing. Okay? We don't know whether he went to see the girls. That's what I mean. Yeah, he went to church, but you don't know whether he went to the girls. He went to church, let's say objectively, he can't make a judgment about it, whether it is a good thing or bad thing. Guy walked past the church, again he can't make a judgment about whether it is a good thing or bad thing. Now, the guy who went in the church, desecrated the church, is a guy, a person who practices contraception. You enter the holy place, the holy of holies, you go beyond the veil, and you desecrate, sacrilege. He has definitely done a wrong thing. Okay? He had no intention of being pro-life. Okay? The person who goes to the church, or he doesn't go to the church, is like a guy who is practicing natural family planning. You enter the holy of holies. You don't know what your intentions are. If you are in a chaste marriage, it will be a good intention, otherwise it is questionable. Or you don't enter the church. Can you make a judgment about that? Either of these acts? Moral judgment? It may be a selfish reason. Maybe you never enter the church only. Or you only enter the church when the woman is infertile. Maybe. But that's a sin of selfishness, not the sin of contraception, which is a moral sin. There's a difference between NFP and contraception. And the difference, the Pope says, is cosmic. It's worlds apart. Yeah. So, we have done this already. Yeah. Summary of this, role of estrogen. Let's move on. Yeah, just to summarize again, role of estrogen. The gland is a cervix secrete mucus. The cervix opens and softens. Why does the cervix open? The sperm can enter. And the inner lining of the uterus builds up with a bed for the VIP, and mucus gets secreted from the cervix. The role of progesterone is produced by the corpus luteum, the eggshell, the yellow body. Now God made 20 crores to 50 crores sperm from one egg, but here he is being like conjuice now. He is using the eggshell for another job. That's again God's economy. The eggshell is like normally we throw out eggshells, no? After break the egg. God is using it to produce progesterone. Then the inner lining of the uterus is enriched more now because this is like proximity. Soon the VIP will come or not come, but you got to be ready. And the cervical mucus dries up because don't need mucus anymore. Basal body temperature goes up and doesn't go up so much that husband will say, touch her and say, I think ovulated. It goes up by 0.4 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, just 0.2 degree centigrade. Very small, but it can be detected with a good basal. We started using mercury thermometers, but not the fever thermometer. There are special ones called ovulation thermometers, which are an expanded scale from 96 to 100. You could read 0.1 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and now we got digital thermometers. I advise you to go for a good digital thermometer, one we get with some kind of warranty, because electronics fails so often, like it's happened, all these days. Yeah? So you good for a reliable brand, but it gives you the accuracy of 0.1 Fahrenheit, and it sends the feedback to the pituitary gland. Okay, we've been through this. The phase 1, the fertile cycle, what are the characteristics of this infertile cycle? Phase 1, it's infertile during this time. It begins with a drop in progesterone. As the woman's hormone progesterone drops, the bleeding starts, and noted primarily by the absence of mucus. In phase 2 is a fertile time. It begins after FSH is released. That means the eggs start growing, and during this time you see mucus. Primarily you see mucus. And the phase 3, the infertile time, it begins after the release of progesterone, and is noticed primarily by the rise in temperature and the absence of disappearance of mucus. Now, what's mucus? Mucus is a natural fluid and aid to fertility. What's a natural fluid? Many women who don't know, what it's all about, they get disgusted every month. Something comes out, underwear gets, wet, and then so difficult to clean. What is this mess? Like, why do women have to live with this? No, if periods cause you distress, why do women only have to have periods? Why my brother doesn't get? Why we are stuck with this? Yeah, and the mucus is another thing. The white period, as Anna said. But mucus is a natural fluid. Just like when you get an infection, your nose starts leaking, a cold. Why does the nose start leaking? To protection, yeah. Like the body is trying to wash out the infection. Just trying to wash out the infection. That's why the first is the cold. It's handkerchief gets wet. It's all. So the mucus is not trying to wash out anything. Mucus flows to allow to give a sperm a medium to swim in. In the rainy season now, it's raining in Goa. All the streams are full. When the streams are full, fish come up from the river, enter the stream, and they lay their eggs. Okay, in the stream, upstream, they lay their eggs. Another time all children go and start fishing. Okay. But only when there's water in the stream, that time the fish can swim. So in the same way here, when the liquid mucus is flowing out, the other time if you have intercourse, sperm can swim. The sperms are they are kind of got a primitive intelligence. They got a head and a tail. What's the intelligence in the sperm? The X and Y sperm. What is the primitive intelligence in the sperm? There's only one job. So was saying, one focus, Christ. Yeah. So they got one job. The sperm, once they reach the vagina, they are in the mucus. They got to swim like crazy. They've got competition, right? 20 to 50 crores of them. Each one is, all of them want to win the prize, one egg. On the way, the weak ones get filtered out. They let the best man win kind of thing. If they are weak sperm, they can lagada sperm or something,